How's it going, YouTube? This is Manny from Manny Fresh Bets, bringing you my Thursday night picks of Week 9 for today, 11/3/22. If this is the first time watching one of my videos, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would subscribe, like, comment, and share. Can't thank you guys enough for all the new followers on Twitter, all the new subscribers on YouTube. We are at the leg number 3, so we're pretty much doing kind of a ladder bet. Uh, Basically started with $10, won that bet. Um, those $10 won us $9.09, I believe. So we bet those $19.09. We won again. I believe we were up $26 and some change. I forgot exactly the right amount. But I think we're like up to 30 something dollars. We're gonna bet that today for either NFL or NBA. We've been betting NBA on that challenge, strictly on NBA. We probably were gonna do one for NFL. Still thinking if I'm gonna do two challenges, one for the NFL, one for the NBA, or just pretty much just do any type of bets that I see that we have value with. So basically, the challenge is start with $10. By the eighth bet, if we win all 8 bets, we end up with about $1,800. So right now we're at leg number 3. Like I said, we're probably gonna do one for one of the NBA games or for this Thursday night game. So on with the picks here, guys. Thanks again. Can't thank you guys enough for everything. So I played it a little bit more safer with this play. So, just a little background on how I do my bets. I usually pick like one or two very conservative plays, one or two kind of moderate plays that are like in between conservative and risky, and then I take a couple of riskier bets. So this is kind of the more conservative bet, if you want to call it that. Just the reason why I say that is the anytime touchdown is pretty random. So I might post a more conservative play on Twitter. So make sure you're following me there at Manny Fresh Bets. So for this one, I took Miles Sanders anytime touchdown. It seems like the Houston Texans defense is just getting gashed by running backs. I believe they only allowed like 3 touchdowns to wide receivers and 2 to tight ends. The rest of the touchdowns that they have allowed are to running backs. So whenever someone's down there in the red zone, the 10, the 20, the running backs are scoring. And I could also see Jalen Hurts running one in. So definitely look at Hurts as well. Then I took a Dameon Pierce anytime touchdown. Again, anytime Houston is down in the red zone, they're going to give it to Dameon Pierce. They don't want to throw the ball. Davis Mills, I completely read it wrong. He looked good. He looked decent last year. This year, he just looks terrible. I think it's the offensive scheme that they got around him. At least last year, he was kind of throwing it all around. He had, healthy Cooks, and he was getting touchdowns. He was getting scores. He was getting yards. This year, they're just kind of giving it to Pierce and just minimizing the amount of times that Davis Mills is throwing. So I can see Dameon Pierce scoring. He scored a garbage time touchdown last week, so I could see that happening again. Then I took Miles Sanders, 40 yards rushing. I took Dallas Goedert, 25 yards receiving. A.J. Brown, 40 yards receiving. I took Devontae Smith, 25 yards receiving. And then I took the Philadelphia Eagles money line. In all, I bet $3 to potentially win 31. In the next one, this one you can call a little bit more conservative. So the last one was plus 938 odds. This one is 398. So I kind of bet a little more on this one because it is a little bit more conservative. The only riskier bets legs on this bet is the first half spread. Philadelphia Eagles 6.5. First half winner, Philadelphia. And then the Eagles to score at least 15 points in the first half. So that's, even though it seems a little bit conservative, it is a little risky because you're expecting the Eagles to basically, win the first half, score more than 15, and also be up by more than a touchdown. Not crazy, but it is a little risky. Especially, I think the Eagles have the Commanders coming up. That's going to be a divisional game. Obviously, the Eagles are, um, in the lead of the division, beating Dallas already. But it is a divisional game. This is a Thursday night game on a short week. Philadelphia could come out a little flat, but I don't expect them to. Usually in Eagles games, they take a huge first half lead, then they kind of start running it in the second half, take their foot off their gas, and just basically win the game. So those are the picks there. Eagles on the money line. First half winner, Eagles. Eagles minus 6.5 for first half spread. Eagles over 14.5 points, so they need to score at least 15. Then I got Hurts, 200 yards. Damian Pierce, 40 yards rushing. A.J. Brown, 25 yards receiving. And then I got Miles Sanders, 60 yards. I think Miles Sanders is going to run wild in this game. Personally, I could see Hurts running wild as well. The only thing worries me is the 200 yards passing with Jalen Hurts. I think if the Eagles take a huge lead or if the run game is working, they might not throw it as much. So Jalen Hurts might not reach his 200 yards. So if you want, you can substitute that 200 passing yards for maybe his rushing yards, 25 plus, or maybe, Devontae Smith, 25 yards, Dallas Goedert, something within those lines. So I took that one, $10 to potentially win 50, almost 50. Then this one is a little bit more aggressive. So I took Hurts, Miles Sanders both to score a touchdown, Damian Pierce to score a touchdown. Then I took basically the same picks. I took the Eagles first half winner, minus 6.5 first half spread, and the first quarter winner. Then I also took A.J. Brown, 25 yards receiving, Dallas Goedert, 40 yards. Then I took Miles Sanders, 50 yards rushing, Devontae Smith, 25 yards receiving, and then I took Damian Pierce, 25 yards rushing. In all, I bet $2 to win almost 101. This one is a little bit riskier. Again, you have 3 touchdown scorers that all need to hit. Then you have Philadelphia to basically win the first quarter, first half with the spread. So that one's a little risky there. Then I took a riskier play. Pretty much, again, same picks. Only thing that's changing is Miles Sanders, 50 yards. Damian Pierce, 40 yards, both rushing. Then I got Dallas Goedert, 25 yards receiving. Chris Moore, 25 yards receiving. I don't know if Cooks might not play in this game. So if he doesn't play, I could see Moore getting, the majority of those targets, 25 yards. So that is a little risky. Also, Philip Dorsett might get some burn. So you might want to swap Chris Moore out with Philip Dorsett if Cooks doesn't play. Right now, he's not listed in the props, so I'm guessing he's not playing. Then again, I took the Philadelphia defense to score a touchdown, just thinking there's gonna be a turnover, maybe a pick six, maybe a scoop and score. So I took a risk there. Then I took A.J. Brown, 25 yards rushing, Jalen Hurts, 25 yards rushing, and then again I got the Eagles first half spread total points over 14.5, and Miles Sanders to score a touchdown. And then for the straight up picks, I took a couple of gambles. Miles Sanders to score 2 touchdowns against, like I mentioned, most of the touchdowns that the Houston Texans have allowed have been rushing touchdowns to running backs. So I took a gamble there with Miles Sanders to score 2. I only bet $3 to potentially win almost $23. I also took Jalen Hurts just in case, he kind of vultures the touchdowns away from Sanders. I took him on 2 touchdowns. Then I took a very risky bet with the Philadelphia defense to score 2 touchdowns. Davis Mills is going to be under duress. Philadelphia has a great defense. They can pressure him, force a pick six, force a fumble, where, one of the defensive players from Philly picks it up. Hey, who knows? We might get lucky and we might hit, at least one of these 2 touchdown scorers tonight. So we'll see. So again, guys, those are my picks. Again, the ones that I'm really confident about, obviously, Philadelphia to win. I don't think they're going to overlook Houston Texans. The spread is pretty high at 2 touchdowns, so I don't want to bet that. I'm more comfortable with the first half spread of 6.5. So if you want to take that straight up, definitely be my guess. I think Philly's gonna get out to an early lead. Like I said, they might let their foot off the gas, and Houston, Texas might get a backdoor cover there. 14 is a lot to lay on a Thursday night football game. On a short week. So, and again, I definitely like the rushing props for Miles Sanders. Right now, they're at over 79.5. That seems like a lot, especially with Hurts, who runs. But I can definitely see it happening. I'm probably more comfortable taking him at 50 or 60 yards. But I could definitely see Sanders running all over them. This is, this is a mismatch. Again, just worries me with that, minus 14 spread. It might happen, it might not, but I don't want to lay that number. Then for the receiving yards, surprisingly, the Texans are pretty good against wide receivers. They haven't allowed too many touchdowns. Usually, other teams are beating them on the ground. So be careful with the A.J. Brown. I know he just came off a monster game. I can definitely see him doing that again, or Devontae Smith, maybe even Goddard. But take that with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? Because the Texans, for as bad as they've been, they're pretty good against wide receivers, and you don't want to bet A.J. Brown to go off 2 games in a row, and pretty much spend all your money on that, gambling on that. So again, guys, really appreciate all of the support. I'm probably gonna have a few other plays once I do a little more research on the numbers and the props. Might have some defensive props too. I'm starting to kind of do some analysis on these defensive props that I like. I don't see them listed here yet. Yeah, I don't see them listed here yet. So they might pull up once the game comes closer. Once we get closer to the game, maybe like 6, 7 p.m. They'll probably put them up. But I'm starting to do some analysis on defensive props. Those tackles, sacks, interceptions, things like that. So I'm trying to do some more analysis on those. Those you can't parlay, so they're just straight up picks. But they could be profitable if you pick the right one for. So again, guys, really appreciate it. Enjoy your Thursday night football game. Even as a Giants fan, good luck, Philly fans. I definitely like your team. You guys are doing your thing. Definitely like Jalen Hurts. I got him on 3 of my fantasy teams. Good luck tonight. Hopefully, not too much good luck. Hopefully we play. I think we still haven't played the Eagles yet. We played 2 times. Hopefully, the Giants could at least split and have some bragging rights. But again, guys, enjoy your Thursday night football. Hopefully, we catch with these. Be on the lookout for the ladder, the leg play. We on the 3rd leg, like I mentioned. If you following me on Twitter, you already cashed 2 of those. We're on our 3rd leg now. We're gonna try to cash that as well and keep moving on. Feel free to cash out whenever you like. I might even do it if I see that I don't like anything that day, and we're already up to, let's say, $500-600. I might cash out and just start it all over again. So again, guys, really appreciate it. Take care. God bless, and we will talk soon.